Okay, starting off strong with the ATM that is only for tall people, and I'm gonna say it. Good, okay? Short people, you guys aren't allowed to use this one. This one's just for us, okay? I am actually curious to see how high up this actually is off the ground. This looks like it would be for like an 8-foot tall guy on the shortest end. I mean, the Subaru Brat is really cool. Brats are awesome, all right? Always remember that, they kick ass. That looks like crap. Get this? No. I think you ruined a really cool classic car, in my opinion, by putting a giant, ugly insulation brain on top of it. I'm not looking up, well, get this. You can if you want, I'm not gonna do it. The paint job itself would have been cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like the paint job, but the brain crap all over the place, that's ugly. So is what's happening on the bumper there. Just kind of weird, you know? Just weird in my opinion. IMO, that's the name of the game. Okay. Well, that's just viscerally disgusting, and if I ever went over to somebody's house and saw this mofo on the floor, I'm leaving. Like, I'm sorry, I'm out of here, dude. Nope, you gotta get rid of that thing, or I'm out. That's so gross. And if someone ever gave this to me as a joke gift or anything like that, God forbid, yeah, I'm not going to accept that. You have to take it back, or you're gonna watch me throw it away. I'm sorry. Some stuff is just... like, it's not horribly disgusting and offensively bad. It's just weird, creeps me out, and that's the entire point. The entire point of something like this is to creep you out and give you the heebie-jeebies, and it does! So congrats to the guy who's eating the toilet brush. That is how you get rid of bad breath. Okay, we have man, woman, beheaded woman, man in a wheelchair. I see. What is this room for? Is this a restroom? Is this a threat? What is this? The backsplash my jerk grandma picked for her new house she's building. Your grandma's building a house? Damn, she must be jacked. Also, that is disgusting. Look, your grandma doesn't seem rich. You know what I mean? Not rich. But she seemingly has the taste of a rich person, you know? Where they think this probably vacuum-shaped plastic crap looks awesome. It's so bad. Oh, that's just so ugly. This balloon is 26 inches wide. That is neither 2 feet or 1 person tall. That's a pretty confusing title to lead into what we're about to see. 2 feet or 26 inches. A starburst balloon. Yeah? If we take, like, what is the average height? Like 5'7" or something like that? That balloon is way smaller than you're selling. 2 feet or 26 inches. Again, incorrect. This whole thing is incorrect. That's quite funny. I don't understand, but that's okay. I do really want to see this balloon with my own eyes, though. That shape is incredibly interesting. It kind of looks like an angel from Evangelion or some crap. Is that Ramiel? This illegible email from my bank. Are you sure it was from your bank? I mean, holy crap, it might actually be. It does reek of credit union that doesn't care. Please complete and submit your survey by Halloween. The survey will remain... I'm not giving you a survey. I can't even read the damn email you sent other than, well, the icons up at the top. Couldn't even fit excellent in there. Just okay. Poor. Very poor. Amazon Web Services crash causes $2,000 smart beds to overheat and get stuck upright. Oh, yeah. A major Amazon Web Services outage on October 20th had the unexpected side effect of causing chaos in bedrooms across the U.S. As owners of 8 Sleep's $2,000+ pod mattress covers... Wait, mattress covers? Found their smart beds had no offline mode and were stuck at high temperatures and odd positions in the night. The outage began around 3 a.m., when Amazon Web Services reported increased error rates and latencies and blah, 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 blah. I'm a big fan of smart devices. I think they're fun and cool, but there is a very clear line that we walk through, you know? Okay? I mean, I guess, like, look, if you want to personalize your calculator, I can imagine there are some far worse ways to be doing that, you know? This took some creativity and artistic prowess that I don't have, you know? It's a little much for me, but hell yeah. The calculator still works. You didn't ruin the screen or anything like that, so I don't know, go off, dude. Go the hell off. Cafeteria expectations. Champs, okay? So level 1 or 2, that doesn't start with a C. Raise your hand, that doesn't start with an H. Eating, that doesn't start with an A. Restaurant manners, that doesn't start with an M. You are eating nicely and voice is at 1 or 2. That certainly doesn't start with a P. And lunch is eaten, table is clean, hand is raised. What? There's no association here. What do you mean? I have to associate you are eating nicely and voice level is at 1 or 2 with the letter P. What kind of cafeteria expectations are these? Like, you couldn't even try to come up with things that start with the letters in your own supposed acronym here? It is acronym, right? That's crazy. So stupid, dude. So stupid. Okay. Look, I appreciate the consistency. I think these two colors actually kind of go fairly well together. I'm not gonna lie. As someone who is colorblind, that part could be uglier, I'm sure. They're not insanely pleasing colors from the get-go, I will admit. I feel like the carpet should have just been that color, you know? That would have improved this entire situation had it not been the same pattern for both, making it look like you're in a hotel room you stumbled across in the back rooms, man. There's not a whole lot of good design prowess going on here. It's not easy on the eyes. Is that bed 2 separate mattresses? It's kind of an interesting idea. Not the point of this image at all, but this could be yuckier. That's all I'm saying. Does this extend to the bathroom? Because I think that's where we hit like next level grody. Okay, I bet that plays terribly. Not like sound-wise, although I'm sure the sound isn't awesome, but can you imagine trying to actually play that thing? Oh, the level of awkward shape-wise, just, it's gotta be awesome, right? Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, but that's fun, though. That's a funny dagger. You can't, it's probably hard to actually use because the handle is that tiny little head. But hey, if all it's doing is sitting in a glass display case, well, there you go. You don't have to worry about its practical application. It's just a funny design. Or an interesting design, you know? Using the whole animal. Don't let it go to waste, you know? Use every single bit of it. Okay, do we want to go to the first floor, the second floor, the third floor, the fourth floor, or the fifth floor? I am sorry, I'm not going to the fifth floor, all right? Also love that the numbers themselves are wrong over on the left. Great, they didn't have an extra 3 lying around anywhere for this? Nothing at all? Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Out of all of these, I'm gonna go to the toost floor. Damn, the haircut's well done, it just doesn't look good. But congrats though. It probably cost you $200 for no reason at all, and that's all I got for you. Again, it's one of those great execution but horrible taste sort of things, you know? Only something that you would see on a model, not on a normal person, which I'm thankful for. Ham or glam? I cannot possibly begin to answer that question. I'm seeing glam. I'm not the crazy one, right? I see glam. I don't see where you're seeing ham. You did say ham, right? Yeah, I don't see ham. This one feels like a bit of a stretch, but then again, everyone sees stuff at least a little bit differently from each other. We all have a different pair of eyes despite how they're built, so you might see ham, but I super don't see it. Is there like another image that blurs the line a little bit more? No, there was not actually, so we're jumping straight to, honestly, this bag's pretty cool, okay? If this was an actual expensive, like, dipshit brand name, I would be very impressed, but I know for a fact that's not Louis Vuitton's actual crawfish, lobster, whatever the bag. I know they ain't actually doing that, right? This is how the house came to us, keep in mind. Okay, I will keep in mind that this is how the house came to you. Aha, I see. I feel like I've been in more than one house where the kitchen drawers are laid out, we'll say imperfectly. This is certainly imperfect, you know? Very annoying, you can't have them both open at the same time. I feel like I've been in at least a few houses in my life where this happens, or something like this happens, you know? It's not entirely uncommon despite it still being a boneheaded design move. Yep, see, there you go. Yep, it works the other way around too, thanks for letting us know. JetBlue armrest remote. Okay, from what I remember, the last time I flew JetBlue, which was like a decade ago at this point, they were one of my favorites. Are they stupid now? Can't really use this armrest without pausing the movie I'm watching. Who the hell thought this was a good idea? Really dumb placement of buttons right where your arm rests. Yeah, it's not the best spot for it. Normally, from what I vaguely remember about, because the last few planes I've been on, or the last 50 planes I've been on, have not had one of these in the armrest. But the fact that I have seen them in my life, the fact? Not what I meant to say. But I have seen them in my life. They're normally at the end of the armrest, where your hand will be, not farther back, not where your elbow is, but as this person said, right where your arm is actually resting. That, and the buttons were designed to be a little more rigid so you don't accidentally press them all the time. A dumb move. You know, completely random question. Does JetBlue still provide free Wi-Fi on all flights? Probably not anymore. Shop Goodwill, Colorado? Hang on. Do you mean to tell me that there's some KFC Crocs in my state? Dude, I guarantee you these things had a bidding war. They're so ugly that whether or not you actually want them, you might just have to have them sort of deal. You know what I mean? I found a KFC fire log at an Arc near me recently. Utter insanity, dude. Just completely crazy. Oh man, I didn't want to see more images of them. I get it. Trust me, there is no other part of these that we cannot surmise the look of from that first image. We didn't need more. Roof of university building intentionally leaks water and it spatters everywhere. Intentionally leaks water? That's a new feature. What kind of art installation would that be for? Oh, I see. Yeah, they were definitely trying to be artsy-fartsy with this, but didn't design it correctly, okay? If you wanted to intentionally let water in on rainy days or whatever, that big, beautiful concrete wall over there, or marble wall, or whatever it is, you should have designed it in a way where the water can just cascade down that gently into a drain grate like that. Not straight up drops, like, directly down from the ceiling so that it can splash off of the guardrails there, or the guard grate, and get all over the place, and possibly cause injury. You have a big, beautiful waterfall wall right there you could have used, but no, you kind of half-assed it. And you took up more floor space with the drains. You wouldn't have needed as much against that wall. Okay, so it does technically say McDonald's, it's just kind of hard to tell. Where is this? What is this McDonald's with so much visual sauce? Sure, the logo is crap because I can barely read it, but look at all the sauce around it. We got Neon Ronald. I almost forgot his name. I like the bubbles. There's a lot of personality going. It's huge. Kind of cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. If I were running around and for some strange reason was cracked out of my mind enough to want to stop at a McDonald's and I saw this one, I don't know. I'd go inside this one. This one looks, oh wait, that says, hold on, I see with my little eye a Mickey Mouse head right there. So I feel like if I had to guess, and I'm gonna make myself guess, so I do have to guess, this is outside of Disney World in Orlando. That's what I'm going to assume. But no, I mean, it's as dumb as that logo looks, and they do need to fix some of their neon, which I really hope they do. Kind of cool, okay? It's their own non-standard McDonald's, which is quickly becoming a thing that doesn't exist anymore, and it makes me sad. One of these is chocolate milk, and the other is not. Oh, okay. Almond milk and coconut milk. So wait. Oh, okay. It said, I gotcha. It just says chocolate right there. I was actually wondering for a split second if it wasn't even going to tell you at all. Okay, that's weird. Don't like it. I have seen this thing before in person. There's something about a leather coating on my mouse that I find kind of gross. You know how gross mice get? They get so nasty. Same with your keyboard. But at least if it's a hard plastic shell, it's a little easier to disinfect and take care of than even pleather. I'm not doing that. You really got to get in there to clean that sucker out efficiently. I don't like it. It's grody poo. Okay. I don't like the panther at all. But the design of this house kicks so much ass. Hold on. Let me zoom in here. I don't even care about the damn panther. That is a panther, right? This is awesome. Even if it is a duplex, which I assume that it is. Oh wait, no, there's one address on here. So never mind, this is just one house. Dude, the split sides of that's really interesting. I want to see more. I love this little walled entryway. There's a tree in there. This is cool. I'm sorry. I am gonna say it, I like this house a lot. As a matter of fact, I love how this house is laid out. You wanna know why? Because it's different, it's interesting, and it probably plays into the personal sensibilities of the people who had it built, okay? It's not a cookie cutter like what I have lived in all of my life. Nothing but cookie cutters and pre-done designs that are all the damn same and boring as hell, despite them being functional. This is cool. Just get rid of the damn cat. Okay, you really gonna walk around with that on? Why do I feel like this pair of pants is like $2,000 for no reason at all, despite still probably being made out of polyester? Like, I'm sorry, I've become such a bougie in recent times that if clothing is made out of polyester, I'll only buy it if it's on clearance and like $1. I will not buy plastic clothing for more than a certain price. I just won't do it, man. I'm such a about that. It's just, no, I won't. But why do I feel like these pants are incredibly expensive? And a little creepy to boot. Okay, I need to zoom in on this. So we've got, that's interesting. You know what really bugs me about this is the need to add that mole to the mouth on the bottom of the phone. The need to not only make something that just naturally makes you uncomfortable and kind of creeps you out because just disembodied mouths are super scary, but why did you need to go, well, the one on the bottom should be grosser, let's add a big mole with a giant strand of hair coming out of it too. Viscerally uncomfortable and nasty. It's the type of telephone you take a call on accidentally in Silent Hill somewhere, dude. Not a fan, but then again, I guess that might be the point. Okay, does it work? Like, really though, what is it? Is this a practical piece, or is it just meant to cause questions to form in your head? Because I've definitely got some questions. I know we're not going to get any answers. My main question that I would kill for an answer though is, does this thing actually work? Can I play any tune on this strange piano that for some strange reason has deer legs on it? Okay, I liked the lobster bag. This one just seems stupid. This one's design, again, it's well done. We clearly know what it's doing. However, I feel like it's probably trying to do some kind of dumbass commentary thing that I don't get. Maybe that's just me. I can appreciate all art at least a little bit. Doesn't mean that I have to think it's awesome and cool every time, though. Win free poop. Win it. Okay, wait, just slow your roll for just a second there. I don't need to win any. I don't know about you guys, but I create plenty of my own, okay? And I don't need any more, as a matter of fact. How about that? Okay, win free. Right, it's supposed to say food, but totally does not. Register here. Does no one actually try to read these things? Like the D, I will say, the D at the end looks like a D. It's that F that doesn't quite look like an F, all right? If the F didn't curl there at the top, no problem. Genuinely, the D is fine. But that F sort of ruins this entire font, you know? If it also didn't look like a little pickaxe on top where the line goes all the way across, or both of them goes all the way through. Minor changes, this would be a lot more legible, and people probably wouldn't try to jump the extra mile to say that it says poop, which it does not, clearly. They definitely meant Black Friday, okay? From Banwood or Bonwood? Coming soon, pre-Black Week, members only. What the hell is Black Week? You see what I mean, though? That Black Friday, I mean, wow, big and crazy thing that I'm saying Black Friday has always sucked. I don't recall a time in my nearly 30 years that Black Friday was ever a real, actual good thing that wasn't selling you e-waste or other waste in general. But it's never just been a day. It's always just been a it's like the entire month. Dude, when November 2nd hit, I went into Walmart and they had Black Friday crap everywhere. At this point, just rename it to like November Super Sale or November let's get rid of a bunch of that you're gonna throw away in a month. You know what I mean? Do you want a zero protein diet? Look no further. Zero protein wafer. That is just, we've seen these bars before. That is stupid design. It's a dumb name. Zero protein. Not what's happening. Clearly, there's plenty of protein in these bars, but they're trying to make it as low in calories as humanly possible, which I find sort of antithetical to the idea of consuming food, you know? I know we have a bad relationship with calories as a society, at least here in the United States. You know, you see like 800 calories and you assume, I get it, because a lot of the food we eat is empty for sure. But if I'm eating something that is 800 calories but is full of nutrients, protein included, that's good. That's really good, okay? I feel a lot less good about something that's like 30 calories but has the same amount of protein or whatever in it. I feel like I'm not going to be able to use that as efficiently. I need more for my body. Pull or push. So I got like a 50-50 chance of looking like a dip here. But there's no handle, so I have to assume push. Scan QR code. I'll get right on it. Innovative water trap disguised as public seating. Yep, seen this bench before. Still can't believe there's not even like a little tiny drain at the bottom of each one. Man, just when you think toilets couldn't get any worse. Notice how it's never been cleaned. Look at that. Look at all that piss all around it on the floor. So great. This sifter that shaves microplastics into your flour. What? Oh, come on, man. Interesting placement, but it has artistic value. Oh, great. One of the many staircases that will kill you no matter how sober you are. Stitch, lucky 100%, suck and have fun. I don't like that phrase being associated with Stitch. Get away from my boy. This Sudoku Christmas tree decoration is clearly a bingo card. They didn't even try. Doesn't matter, I guess. What could go wrong? By the way, it's pitch black until you hit the light switch. Okay. That seems like an oversight, but then again, a lot of this stuff seems like an oversight, right? To open the box, tear right through the directions and discard. Okay, I'm way ahead of you on that one. Let's see here. Oh, right, because you have to... Yeah, gotcha. That's a really cool place to put those. Yep, bye-bye. I guess I'll just guess. The button for the third floor is located at the very top of the elevator panel. Huh, what's on that floor? Does it take you to the many place? Great, that's just perfect, I guess. Beautiful. USB. Ooh, see, maybe that's why we're always tripped up, or we're always tripped up by the USB-A format. It's A, right? Just the standard USB format. Because of this, it would not surprise me in the slightest if this was one of the reasons we always had trouble with it. Okay, I'm good. I don't need to stay in this hotel or Airbnb or whatever the hell is going on here. Huh, ex-wife? I hope she's not actually in there. I'm just saying, dude. Obviously, she wouldn't be. I feel like that'd be a crime if you were carrying your ex-wife's corpse around in a matching coffin to your ugly piece of car. But again, this just makes me think I'm glad I'm not unhappily married, and I'm glad I'm not the type of person that would ever rush into any kind of legal obligated relationship and then hate that person. I'm glad I'm never gonna do that. The official coat of arms of Zambezia, or Zambezia, an unrecognized region in southern Africa striving for independence. Well, that's, how do you put this on a coat? Wait, educate, organize, agitate. What the hell are you talking about?